Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, welcome. My name is Cameron and I'm so pleased that you are joining me. So this week in this video, I want to just take you through a couple of items on my 2026 bucket list challenge. If this is new to you, I'm hosting a bucket list challenge for the year 2026 with the intention of just packing this year with as much good stuff as possible. Lots of side quests, learning new things, challenging myself, going places, building some new habits, that kind of thing. Just trying to stuff 2026 with as many good things as possible. And the list is linked down below if you want to check it out. It's a list of 40 things. I'm not doing them all because it's just too much. But I'm doing as many as I can. And there are two items on the list that I am working on this weekend. One is more flying trapeze. If you've been around here, you're duly familiar with my having taken up flying trapeze. At the start of the year, I wanted to try something aerial. That was what was on my bucket list challenge. And I decided that flying trapeze seemed like the most fun possible thing that I could try. So I have been going once a month to the Capital City Circus School to take a flying trapeze class, and I absolutely love it, even though I'm still very much a beginner, and do a lot of flailing around and embarrassing myself on the bar, but it's nevertheless a ton of fun. So I have another flying trapeze class that I'm going to tomorrow. We also are going today to our first festival of the year. That is on the list, to go to either a fair or a festival. And we're actually going to go to a few over the course of the summer and even into the fall. We have at least one that we go to every year, and that's the Montgomery County Fair. But we will probably be doing a few others. In fact, we have a festival we're going to today, and then another one we're going to next week for Memorial Day weekend. So lots of festivals happening for us this year. The one we're going to today is a first time for us, and that is, it's a little festival. It's the Armenian Food Festival at St. Mary's Armenian Apostolic Church. I love a church food festival. There was one in Richmond where I grew up that my family would go to, and that was the Lebanese Food Festival, and we loved it. And I'm hoping that this one will be kind of similar, just nice people serving delicious Armenian food. So that's what we're planning to do, dinner there, or bring dinner home from there, something like that. We'll probably end up just having dinner there. Before that, we are going to go to our local bookstore, Politics and Prose, because I've got a member reward that I want to spend. I have a membership, and when you reach a certain threshold, or I think it's when you make a certain number of purchases, you get like a percentage of the money you've spent back. I believe it's 10%. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how the rewards program works, but whatever, I appreciate it. I enjoy it. So we're going to go to Politics and Prose this afternoon for coffee and book browsing, and I'm probably going to pick up at least one book. And don't tell him, but I think the book I'm going to pick up is going to be for Paul, because it was our anniversary earlier this week, and I had intended to buy him a book for an anniversary gift, but I didn't make it to Politics and Prose, and we ended up not exchanging gifts, but I'm nevertheless thinking that I'm going to treat him. We have been married for 9 years, and as of last Wednesday, May 13th, and it's been the most wonderful 9 years, and I can't wait for the next 9 years. We'll definitely do something big next year for our 10th anniversary. But this year what we did was just go to a French restaurant in Dupont Circle called Bistro du Coin, and we had a lovely dinner there. I had mussels. I wanted to say moule frite, but I didn't have frite with them. I had a salad to start, and then I had the mussels, moule marinière, and then Paul had roast chicken with potatoes, pretty classic French dinner, poulet rôti avec pommes de terre, and we had some wine, and then we had a poached pear dessert. It was poached pear with chocolate ice cream and whipped cream, pretty decadent and pretty delicious. So we did our anniversary right, but next year we're going to have to do something huge. Like, I think we'll probably take a trip somewhere for our 10th anniversary. What else have we done this weekend? We had beautiful weather yesterday. That was Friday. And so we went for a run after work, which we like to do on Friday afternoons when weather permits. And I have been trying, this is associated with flying trapeze, I have been trying to work my way up to being able to do a pull-up. Pro tip, if you are looking for motivation to exercise more, try getting a hobby that is very physically demanding. Make sure the hobby is something that you love so that you will want to keep doing it. But flying trapeze is very physically demanding, and always afterwards for a few days my lats are sore. So I've decided I need to work on strengthening my lats, and also in the flying trapeze curriculum, which I can access through my membership to the Capital City Circus School, I can see what the curriculum includes, and as you progress through the different levels, I'm at level 2, which is basically beginner, but it means I can do more than just hang from the bar and do a knee hang. I'm up to doing a one-handed takeoff. I've gotten to that, and the tricks that I know how to do are the heels off and the set straddle. So not very much. I am very much a beginner in flying trapeze, along with the various tricks and skills that the curriculum recommends. It also has recommendations for strength and conditioning. So in order to progress beyond level 2, I'm going to have to be able to do at least one pull-up, and I'm definitely not there yet, but I'm working towards it. I don't belong to a gym or anything. I work out from home, and though I have been lifting weights for several years, I don't lift super heavy. I typically lift 10 or 12 pound dumbbells. And I don't have a pull-up bar. So what we've been doing is on our runs, we pass a park that is very close to us, and we just pause there and use the pull-up bar at the park. So that is what I have been doing and I'm trying to work my way up to being able to do a pull-up on that bar. I'm definitely not there yet. I'm doing some sort of modified stuff using the little kids version of the pull-up bar. If anyone has any good tips or advice for how to get better at pull-ups without actually buying a pull-up bar, let me know. And again, like I said, not a member of any gym. The streaming platform that I subscribe to for my workouts, plus membership at the Capital City Circus School, that's tapped out my budget for fitness. I can't also add a gym membership on top of that without blowing through too much money. So yeah, joining a gym, not an option. So yeah, let me know if you have any advice on that. But otherwise, we've just had a chill morning. We had brunch. Hopefully by dinner, we'll have plenty of room for delicious Armenian food. And yeah, I've just been doing household chores this morning and petting and playing with the cat, and that's about it. Hey, you like that? A massage. Feels pretty good, huh? But now it is time for us to head out to the bookstore. So we are going to toddle up the road to Politics and Prose, and I'm going to buy at least one book. Probably for Paul. Maybe for myself. We'll see. But anyway, come along with us. Alright, so we're at the, not the Lebanese, we're at the Armenian Food Festival. I have lamb kebab with bulgur and green beans and a lentil patty, which is meant to be an appetizer, and green salad, and an Armenian red wine. Paul has almost the same thing. He got one of those stuffed grape leaves. And what's your pastry?
I think it's called the yalatri.
Okay.
It's puff and feta and mozzarella.
All right, so pastry with cheese in it. Yum. And you got rice instead of bulgur.
Yeah.
And then we have not even looked at the bake table, but we are going to hit the desserts hard. But this is plenty to eat for now.
Yes.
I collect the filled out ones. Maybe he'll have that. We took all the tickets that left. So let me see if he's outside. I can tell you.
Okay.
Mulberry brandy. We're walking home from the Armenian Food Festival, and we came across this beautiful pergola or whatever, covered in climbing roses. We have literally stopped to smell the roses. Hi, good morning everyone. We had a really nice time last night at the Armenian Food Festival. Dinner was delicious and we got to meet some really nice people. One of the things I love about church food festivals is that you get to meet other people in the community, and I don't know, there's such a charming community spirit to things like that. You just don't have that many occasions like that in our everyday life, you know, where neighbors kind of come together and get to know each other. So that was really pleasant. We also entered a raffle. I had on my bucket list challenge to win a prize in a contest or a raffle. I already won a prize in a contest this year, back in February. So I technically have checked that one off my list, but we wanted to enter this raffle anyway because the prizes are like bottles of Armenian cognac. And that just sounds like right up our alley. We like cocktails. So maybe we'll win the raffle. There were 3 different prizes, so we'll see what happens there. But anyway, it was a lovely evening and we met some very nice people and ate some delicious food, and we got some food to go. So we are gonna have like round 2 of delicious Armenian food for dinner tonight. But right now, I am about to head out the door to flying trapeze class, and I'll take you along and film as many turns as I can. My goal today, aside from just showing up, which is really the only goal that matters for a beginner like myself, but my goal today is to be caught. So how the classes typically work, usually most of the people in the class have never done flying trapeze, and so the first hour is spent kind of learning the basics for them. And then I get to work on, when it comes to my turn, I get to work on whatever trick I'm learning. But, you know, the focus is on them getting their knee hangs and their 3 kicks and their backflip dismount. Usually we don't get to catches until the 2nd hour of class. And you typically only have like 2 or 3 turns to get a catch. and I am determined today. I'm going to remember to have my hands in the catch hands pose. You have to have your hands in a certain position in order to be caught successfully, and that's like my nemesis, or my biggest obstacle. Is my mind is so focused on doing the trick correctly and listening for the commands that for whatever reason my hands are not in the correct position to be caught. I need to I need to make space in my brain somehow for me to get the catch hands right. So that is my goal today. Let's see if I can do it. Hello everyone, I am leaving flying trapeze class and heading to a place called Le Bon Cafe in Capitol Hill South to meet Paul for brunch. So I didn't reach my goal of being caught this time around because I didn't even try a catch. The trick I was working on was not ready to be caught, so maybe next time. But in some ways it's a relief because the catch has always been such a challenge for me that it was kind of a relief to just not have to try it this time. So my set straddle has improved a lot. I don't know, the teacher gave me some great cues for my set straddle, so that's a lot better. Maybe I could have caught that, but before we got into catches, I was working on the set whip, which is similar to the set straddle, but instead of, spreading your legs out, you kind of pike them, and that it needs some work. I am struggling to get my knees between my arms in the first position. All of these tricks have two positions. You have your first position and your final position. My first position is kind of crappy for the set whip. So I don't really know what to do about that, because even trying on the ground to get my knees up and get my feet on the bar, I don't know, I just don't feel like my arms are long enough. But the instructor said that it's easier in the air, so we'll see about that. Next time I will try and perfect that and maybe do a catch. But I'm proud of myself for showing up. That is the most important thing. As a beginner, all you got to do is show up. You'll inevitably improve if you keep showing up. So now my reward is brunch. I forgot to mention earlier, I got a shirt. So pleased with it. It's a little cropped muscle tank. So, welcome to our kitchen, where today Paul is going to be making me a whiskey sour. Would you like to narrate what you're doing? Do you need all of this? What is all of this? Walk us through the ingredients, please.
Yes, I'm going to need all of this. I'm making a fancy whiskey sour.
Okay.
From a classic recipe going back to 30 something. Which calls for the juice of half a lemon. Combined 2 ounces of, I'm using Rittenhouse rye and Four Roses bourbon. Combined 2 ounces. A little bit of simple syrup, homemade. Instead of cracking an egg white to get the foam, I've got some frozen aquafaba mini cubes.
Okay.
And a
So,
little.
and if folks are not familiar with aquafaba, what is that?
Aquafaba is the juice you get from a can of chickpeas. But you gotta look at the label because some of these chickpea cans also add salt to the water, and that just makes yucky cocktails. So you gotta get one of the cans with no salt.
All right.
But we're gonna juice half this lemon. Some of the modern recipes have actual amounts of lemon that you're supposed to use.
But just half a lemon
Half a lemon
is going to be good.
It's gonna be good. It goes in the shaker. And then because you like your cocktails dry, 1/4 of an ounce of simple syrup.
Yeah, so if you're watching this and you're like, I can't wait to make this whiskey sour, just note you might want more simple syrup, but I am a weirdo who doesn't like a lot of sugar in my cocktails.
And the recipe actually calls for just sugar, like half a teaspoon of sugar, so I don't know how much that counts as.
Okay. We're often kind of imprecise with our cocktail making in this household.
The remaining amount of aquafaba.
Yeah.
This is
How much is that? Who knows?
Unsure. We'll imagine that's like 1 egg white's worth
Okay.
of aquafaba. But just in case it doesn't make enough foam, just in case that's not enough foam, I've also got a bottle of Fee Brothers Fee Foam.
A non-egg alternative for shaken drinks.
Yeah, it's just like one of those edible chemicals they add to ice cream to make it fluffy.
Is it vegan?
Yep.
For the vegans watching? Okay, cool.
And then,
Just a little of
you know,
that.
they tell you like 2 dashes, but I like to add like 10. Let's see. Oh yes, and then the booze. Of the bourbon, roughly. 1 ounce of the Now, to make a good head of foam on this, I like to use, instead of shaking, I like to use this milk frother. I
Ooh,
got mostly specifically for this purpose.
very fancy.
And if you look inside, it certainly is making quite a lot of foam. The only thing is that it's not making the cocktail cold. So now that I've got it foamy, I'm going to add an ice cube or 2 and actually shake it.
Excellent shaking technique.
glass chilling in the freezer. And we'll just
Look at that.
add a nice whiskey sour. And there's a whole bunch of things. I could do this for another 5 minutes.
You don't have to.
And then you top it off with, a few drops of Bookstore.
And there you have it. A delicious vegan whiskey sour. I'm not vegan, but I don't blame him for not wanting to waste one egg white on this. And we're gonna take our drinks up to the roof. Cheers to an excellent
Cheers.
weekend.
Salud.
Okay, now tell the people what you have.
I've made myself a suffering bastard.
And what is in the suffering bastard? I bet you all wish that we had shown you how to make that instead of a whiskey sour, don't you? Yeah, what's
It's
in
a
the
lot
suffering
less fun.
bastard?
It's gin, brandy, a little lime juice, a little bit of syrup, and mostly ginger beer.
Ginger beer. Okay. And don't you all love the tiki mug? You can buy these online. They're called the Cheeky Tiki because it's got a little butt. Isn't that the best thing ever? Anyway, here is where I leave you for the week. Thank you so much for joining me and watching till the end. If you liked this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And if you would like to see more, I would love to see you around here regularly. I post every Tuesday that I can, at least. Next weekend, tune in. We will be going to the Chestertown Tea Party Festival in Chestertown, Maryland, where Paul's parents live. And that's going to be our Memorial Day weekend activity, and it's going to be tons of fun. So I hope to see you there. And cheers and have a good week till then. Bye, everybody.